topic is, and so what do you think? Yes, let's be a little interactive. That'll be really nice. So it'll keep everyone engaged. And so if you put down your expectations, so and your questions, maybe what is it that you want to take away from this workshop today? So Miss Kavita can also factor that in her presentation. Yes, please join in quickly. We have some more participants here. We got Shobha, we got, did I take your name? Sumanlata, yes. Sundaresh. Sundaresh, it's nice to see you. I think I'm seeing you quite a few times on APER workshops. Thank you so much for being here. Mangala, welcome Mangala. Asha Prasad, welcome. Please send the link to your friends as well and tell them to join in quickly. So you shouldn't miss even a minute of what Miss Kavita Singhvi is going to present today. So if you'll want to quickly type in which organizations, schools, institutes you all are from. So it's nice to know you're great. We got some more people joining. Quickly, we just have another 1 minute and then we'll begin. We have Samson J7. Please put in your name, Samson. That really is nice. Sangeeta Puri, welcome, Sangeeta. How are you? And let me remind you, the next workshop, the next week is with Sangeeta Puri, the headmistress of Children's Academy. She's going to take us through something very, very interesting as well, and requests Ms. Sangeeta to type in her topic somewhere towards the end. That'll be really nice. Great. Yes, Kiran. Kiran, you're from Pathfinder Global School, Pathodi. Hey, lovely. Nice. Thank you for typing in. Anyone else who wants to share? Lakshmi Ravi. Yes, VVS, BM, Sri in Educational Institutions, Mysore. Great. So are you also part of Jyoti from Bangalore? Is that her school that you've joined in from? Asha Vidya Vardhaka Sangha Bangalore. Lovely. Also, if you can just put in your WhatsApp numbers here, or no, I don't think so you should put in your WhatsApp numbers here. So that's fine. So you can even now quickly email to the email ID that Reshma has shared, ecaadmin@gmail.com. And oh, great. Pallavi is also from Vidya Vardak Sangha, Raja G Nagar. Very nice. Shruti, yes. Vani Nayak, Vidya Vardak. Oh, lovely. Really nice. You're a good team from there. Payal Israni, Udyachar Primary. Oh, lovely, lovely. That's really nice. See you here. And who did I miss here? Vidya Vardhak. Yes, I've seen you. I've done that. Shruti PN, Shri Shri Ravi Shankar, Vidya Mandir, Bangalore East, lovely. Revitalize, Sangeeta Puri. Yes, our topic is Revitalize, Energize, Evolve. Sangeeta Puri's session on 7th of August. Great. So we are beginning now. Lovely. Welcome all of you all. Shweta is there. Chaitra Desai. Shweta, yes. I missed somebody. All right. So, good evening. Greetings, dear friends. Welcome to the Association for Primary Education and Research, APER, platform for professional development. This is exciting, it's informative, enlightening. It is, and we strive to bring the best from the education fraternity. who will also who also like APER want to share their expertise, with all aspiring learners. Motivated and inspired to learn in these tough times, all of you are, you've been with us for so many months now. So very happy today that a transformational educator, Miss Kavita Singhvi is here with us, and along with Miss Kavita Singh, I will just be introducing both of them. Thank you, Ms. Kavita. So we are very happy by yes, Kavita Sangvi will come to you. So right, so let everyone see or and know who's which Kavita. So we are very happy by your overwhelming response, audience and participants, and for your participation. And wholeheartedly, we welcome all of you, each one of you. My name is Kusum Kanwar, and I'm the APER, that's the National Core Committee member, and the mentor of Territories Telangana and Mumbai, that's Malad to Bhayandar. Today, it is my great honor and pleasure to present the Association for Primary Education and Research Workshop Series by Mumbai, Malad Bhayandar Territory. So a huge gratitude to ECA APER President Dr. Swati Popadwats for continuously creating and fostering nurturing environments for the well-being of all children, her teams, and for every educator here, and in the country. Gratefulness and appreciation to the entire APER national team, all leaders, members, for constantly supporting and encouraging APER initiatives. So these July-August series of free professional development workshops are organized and synchronized by, two very dynamic, vibrant, and self-motivated territory heads of Mumbai, Malad Bhayandar Territory. That's Dr. Jayapari, the principal of Ram Ratna International School, and Dr. Seema Negi, director principals in Divni World School. So we thank them for having such prolific speakers and pertinent topics for all of us in these COVIDian times. Now, APER, that's Association for Primary Education and Research, is tailored around promoting growth mindset, which will help ignite the human greatness. APER supports teacher training programs that help in promoting the holistic development of children by promoting creativity, strengthening self directed learning, imbibing core values, as well as helping adopt a healthy lifestyle. Association for Primary Education and Research is a non-profit initiative that brings together professionals, educators, educationalists with the vision to let quality education for primary children be the right of every child everywhere. So it is your one-stop connection, connection needed by all primary year stakeholders for enrichment, for networking, awareness, and advocacy for children and everything that affects them to ensure that children in primary years are assured care and education with a smooth transition from early years to primary schools. APER aims to ensure that every educationalist in our country gets access to the latest research resources, training, and publications created with the best from local and global education practices. That which will help you all create stress-free classrooms, environments for children to learn. So I conclude and I thank Ms. Reshma from ECA APER head office for relentlessly managing all our APER events so effectively and efficiently. So to all our participants, thank you once again for being a part of all APER professional development workshops that we bring to you in these challenging times. We are inspired by enthusiasm and passion to learn and implement the golden nuggets from our platform in your remote teaching. Please do be a part of our PD workshops on July 7th by none other than Ms. Sangeeta Puri. And that she's from Children's Academy, the headmistress of Children's Academy. That is your next week. We also encourage you to join our WhatsApp groups to stay updated on all our initiatives. Please email your name, your WhatsApp number, your location to ecaadmin@gmail.com. Be mindful, admin here is without the I. Thank you and look forward to great synergies today again as I hand over the virtual stage now to Ms. Kavita Singh. Uh, Ms. Kavita Singh is in the education field for 28 years now. She is the principal at Ram Ratna Vidya Mandir Residential School, former secretary of Vasai Virar Sahodaya Group, CBSE resource person, very, very accomplished principal, member of inspection committee for CBSE, a certified academic auditor, certified POSH trainer, awarded as the best teacher in 2008 by Times NIE, awarded as an outstanding principal by Himakshara Foundation. Thank you so much. It's a lot I can go on saying. I will hand over the virtual stage to Ms. Kavita Singh to speak about our speaker today, and who is none other than Kavita Singhvi. So over to you, Ms. Kavita Singh. Thank you so much.
Namaste, everyone. And thank you very much, Kusum ma'am. In fact, I'm thankful to ECA APER as well as Dr. Jaya Parekh, who has given me this platform to introduce a very magnificent personality today. Today's speaker, in fact, I'm feeling very joy to introduce Kavita Singhvi ma'am. And another feeling what I have that one Kavita Singh is introducing Kavita Singhvi. So thanks for giving this platform to me. Now, ma'am, many things are there about Kavita Singhvi, ma'am, but yes, I'll start with ma'am holds a master's in physics, master's in education, master's in philosophy of education, and CAEL, that is Certificate in Advanced Course in Educational Leadership, diploma from Harvard University. Ma'am currently heads SVKM's CNM school in Mumbai. Wow, ma'am, the list is still there. Ma'am is a Tech SDGs ambassador and Scientix ambassador for India. Ma'am is an ardent physics teacher who believes that learning has to be experiential in nature. For it to sustain over a period of time, she conducted many action pieces of research on the same and was given the Global Teacher Accreditation by British Council in 2014. Ma'am is a British Council trainer and ambassador. In 2016, ma'am was nominated as top 50 teachers by Varkey Foundation for the Global Teacher Prize Award. Congratulations, ma'am. A passionate environmentalist, she initiated composting as a part of the school curriculum. And today, the students have created their own in-house school business of making cloth bags from old bed sheets. The school efforts have been recognized by School Enterprise Challenge. Ma'am is committed to spreading the UN Sustainable Development Goals so that children today can look forward to a beautiful and secure future, and created a comic book on global goals. Ma'am, you're wonderful and we are excited to listen to you. In fact, becoming very impatient to listen to you. And I will just end my introduction by saying one thing, that knowledge without skill is like eyes without vision. So hope we'll understand the importance of skill. So ma'am is going to speak on skill only, so STEM approach. So now over to you, Kavita ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you so much, because it really motivates me when you speak so much. But honestly, to all the teachers out there, I'm just a teacher who just loves learning. So I'm going to share completely with you exactly what we wish to speak about today, the STEM skills. So there's a link given to you all. Just give me a second, please. Is my, are you able to see the things? Presentation seen?
Yes, okay, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Great. So I've given you a link across because I believe that in this lockdown period, all of you all got back to the basics. And I'm sure everybody went back to the kitchens, everybody went back to laundry, went back to all doing everything around. So please check this link across and tell me, how are you going to segregate your clothes right now? So please, if you can, go onto this link. It's already posted in your chat box. And I give you 2 minutes to play this wonderful game. And while you're playing, please do share in the chat box exactly what are your feelings.
You can
The
scroll
link
up
you've not
if you
received?
haven't. Yeah, yeah. No, it's there. So please
Okay.
scroll up. You'll find it there.
Yeah. The link is on top of the Scratch link.
So I'm sharing it again.
I'm glad Pallavi got a link. Yeah.
All right. So it's
Great.
there now. Yeah.
Got it. Great. Nice to hear that. So while you're playing this, exactly what are you doing? What's the task that is given to you here? If you could share the task that you're doing right now. I'm still waiting for the responses. So Shweta, Pallavi, anybody who can share the task that you're doing right now? Somebody's still unable to open it. I don't know. Okay, if you have gone into it, I'm sure you're segregating clothes right now. How many of you agree that you're segregating clothes? Okay. If you're not able to do it, maybe, I think if you had showing as access dinner, actually it's a game which is open, available to everybody. But if you do go onto this link, then you would have seen that you actually segregating, yes, you've sorted clothes out. Now, when you're sorting clothes out on this digital platform, what kind of skill are you building in this? If you can put your first skill across that you have built through going through this link and segregating of clothes. Even if you do it normally at home, if you're going to assisting, what kind of skill are you building in sorting of clothes? Critical thinking, wonderful. Critical thinking, classification. Now, these are all STEM skills that you've been thinking about. What else are you doing? Would you put a white cloth with a black thing? Or would you put a undergarment with a dress? I mean, you are arranging, you're classifying, you're even seeing materials, you're seeing even, what we wear, daily wear. So you are segregating on a variety of um, aspects right now. Now, this is a simple activity which we make our students do in school. And it's really worked very well with us, because in simple thing like this, you're building the skill of critically thinking around analyzing it. This is another thing that we do in school. Now, I would like to tell you, go back to your past or maybe whatever experience you've had. Let's understand, if I had stained your dress with ketchup, would you be able to remove it with water? So if you give me the response, I'm going to start typing out here. So you can tell me easily right now, with ketchup, if I put ketchup, will water remove the ketchup or no? Okay, no. So Pallavi says no. Okay. What about hand soap, bleach, dishwashing soap, hydrogen peroxide? I would like you to quickly take 2 minutes out here and put in your responses of cleaners and the kind of stains which will be there on your respective clothes. I have put ketchup, I have put juice, I put olive oil. Now you can take any kind of oil, but is this going to be, are these e-cleaners going to clean that or not? Not totally. Anybody else? I want the other responses also. E has said coffee. Coffee would be if I'd put in coffee, but I'm not putting coffee. I just put ketchup, juice, and olive oil. Washing soap. Is it going to, Anuradha, is washing soap going to remove all of these stains or not? So what am I asking you to do right now? Okay, not totally. Nope. Hydrogen peroxide removes different stains, need different cleaners. Exactly, Kritika. Very good. Okay, so again, what are you doing? You are problem solving skills. Yes, Jaya. You are now experimenting. Now, if you actually were in class right now with me in the laboratory, in the real workshop with me, I would have given you all these 10 things and would have given you the cleaners and you would have experimented and you would have given me the responses. But right now I'm depending upon your memory. Okay. So these kind of simple experiments, what are they actually helping you to do? Experimentation. What else? You've studied all of this in class. You've studied hydrogen peroxide. You've studied water. You studied soap. But do you understand, think, reason? Yes, Sangeeta, definitely. You are now connecting your classroom learning to real life learning. Exactly. This is exactly what is experiential learning all about. So if you went across, and I actually showed you here, if you had your responses here, you are seeing that water does not remove ketchup, but soap does. Bleach does not. Dishwashing soap does. Hydrogen peroxide does. In case of juice, again, most of the things are able to remove the juice except for bleach. And in case of your olive oil, then you have except for dishwashing soap, you have everything as no. Okay, so you can now have these simple experiments conducted in school and they build the STEM skills because now the classrooms have come alive. Simple thing that you another day work now, another experiment that you do. You always dry your clothes, but have you ever told your student to experiment and dry a fixed cloth, maybe a handkerchief you take, maybe once inside a classroom on a sunny day, inside the classroom on a rainy day, outside the classroom on a sunny day without wind, outside on a windy day without sun, outside on a sunny day with wind. Allow them to experiment within this classroom. Even right now on online, you can do the simple thing like this. And then you understand and tell them the drying process, how much time it took you to dry that cloth. And once you make them note down the time, analyze it. Why did you take this much time? And for what reason? And this immediately brings about the idea of evaporation. Okay, all this entire concepts that you teach about precipitation, evaporation, all this comes into it, humidity. All this is easily learned by a simple example of drying clothes. So why I brought you a simple laundry is a simple act like this, and so many STEM skills get covered with it, but we never connect a laundry with STEM. So this is an experiment which you can do it. And further, you can take research into it to study the process of laundry with countries across the globe as per the climate and the zones. For example, in India, we do laundry every day. And why? I guess you already know that. Why? Why do we do laundry every day? Mangala said, I already tried in the class. Wonderful. That's so wonderful. Why do we do laundry in India every day? We perspire so much. Exactly, Minas. We perspire. Humidity is so high. Whereas if you go to London or you go to Russia or you go to Scandinavia, you will do your laundry maybe once a week. Okay, so therefore these are certain aspects that we keep in mind. Also, it comes also in the lifestyle that we have. The lifestyle that we have because we have somebody else doing it for us, and other places the person is doing it themselves. So you study the global laundry done across the world and you're allowing students to compare and contrast. And in that way, learn more about the cultures of other countries. So STEM, here, the art comes into place. So this is what it comes across, entire package, stream. You're doing STEM with research, and with art. So this is a simple topic of laundry and how it gets connected to STEM. So now I am going to, I think the link is already there of the Jamboard. If somebody can put the link across of the Jamboard, and then maybe on Jamboard, I would like you to put in your responses and take any particular slide. I'm going to stop sharing and go on to the Jamboard right now. So I'm sure you can see my screen on the Jamboard, and I hope you're able to view it.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Clear.
So on the Jamboard, I put in 6 questions, and I would like you to answer any one of them and share your responses on that. Kavita, are you able to get access to it? Oh, wow. So everybody's writing this thing, temperature, selection of cleaner. Wow. Wonderful. Thank you. So I think if you can just write the responses, which concept of maths are connected to this concept of entire laundry that I've done right now with you? Which science concept is covered through the laundry? How can this kind of learning be incorporated within the curriculum? Mention the skills built through this entire lesson of laundry. Which concept of engineering did I cover with this entire lesson? And which concept of technology did I cover with this lesson? So you can, yes, you're saying evaporation, science, surface area of cloths, definitely surface area. Mathematics, you spoke about numbers, rate, evaporation, speed of wind. Speed of wind is a very nice thing. Yes, definitely never thought of it. Vaporization, quantity, area. Can I have everybody else coming in across? Which concept of engineering did I cover with this? Because STEM is time, sequence, quantity of cleaning material. Quantity is also a very important thing. Yes. So I'm looking for the responses from everybody else. Noor Safira, the clothespin that makes the clothes more stable. Get it? Definitely. That's the engineering part as to how are you drying your clothes also? Is it the full thing or is it just, wrapped around? Definitely. The way the clothes are spread, right? Exactly. And that's how you're giving more surface area to it. Quality of the materials, segregation. Wow. Techniques of drying. That's another aspect of it. Definitely. Sangram, thank you so much. Any other thing that you wish to speak about? When I spoke about according to the world, ascending, descending order, time taken to clean them, design of clothes dry line, definitely speed of wind. Okay, so I guess you really got across, and now you've seen how many concepts you've STEM that you have covered in this. So just see a simple topic of laundry and how much you have done. So I'm so very proud of you guys. I'm going to share the screen once and go back to the presentation. So by looking at this, I guess this is what Partnership for 21st Century Skills was speaking about. A simple activity like this, and you've already spoken about critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, the skills that we covered with literacy, information literacy, these things are to be worked upon. This is not actually covered with the laundry. It has to be even taken in a bigger way across. But these are certain skills that you have to be bringing across for the 21st century STEM skills to come in. There is a learning environment, professional development, curriculum and instruction, and standards and assessments. Now, how are we going to build the STEM skills? Well, what did I first do with you? I first oriented you to laundry through an activity. And after that, if you notice, we went on to a lot of questioning. We went into some kind of hypothesis. Maybe I've not gone into here in detail. Then you did experimentation of some stains. So there was an exploration, there was experimentation, there was data interpretation and conclusion. So how is very important as to how are you going to orient the people to build STEM skills? How are you going to come to the entire concept of the STEM skills? How are you going to have them investigate? And then how are you going to have them conclude it? Now, why am I doing this with you? Because I'm going to start with an orientation with you and you're going to lead it further. So I will only orient you right now and you're going to generate questions and hypothesis for the next slide that I'm going to show you. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen the recent thing came by World Economic Forums. There are certain strategies, things that are going to change the world. And one of them is the sun-powered chemistry. So as per the IEA, International Energy Agency, the global energy-related carbon dioxide emission flattened in 2019 at around 33 gigatons. Now, as per World Economic Forums, right now we rely on fossil fuels, but we're very soon going to start using sunlight to convert waste carbon dioxide into useful elements. And this means your wasted carbon dioxide is going to become your raw material, and your sunlight is going to become the source of energy needed for production. Because your teachers, I could go in and become a little complex. So I've gone into for the sun-powered chemistry. And since I think we all know with the global warming, we have a lot of carbon dioxide in the air. So one way of reducing the carbon dioxide is use the wasted carbon dioxide to become your raw material. And then that, what is going to happen? What is going to be the impact on education with that? I would now want you to start framing your hypothesis based on this simple sun-powered chemistry. So I'm waiting for your questions. How are you going to take this forward? I've oriented you to something. Now, what are you going to form from here? What hypothesis can you form from here? That I'm going to use a wasted carbon dioxide to become my raw material. Sustainability is how am I going to form a hypothesis? Sustainability is right, Minaz. If you can come in and form a statement across out here. What can we use wasted carbon dioxide for? Come on, quickly, I'm waiting for your responses. You're such intelligent, bright lot. Tell me, how can I form a simple hypothesis from here? Decomposition, sublimation. Okay, what is it? Definitely you're doing a lot of science. You're doing the breaking of double bonds. I think the science teachers here know much better. Make better use of waste. Wonderful, yes. There's a lot of other natural resources, yes. So my hypothesis could be what? With this process, I'm going to have more of energy conservation or more of energy. I mean, come on, tell me quickly, what could it be? Using the process of sun-powered chemistry, a positive climate change can be expected. Wonderful, Jaya. So you put in across, using the sun-powered chemistry, we're going to see a positive impact on climate. Yes. So with that, if you can have this kind of a simple thing, and then the students start researching on that. And honestly, if they start researching on that, you won't realize it. But with the sun-powered chemistry, you know, the kind of work that can be done is that I can have the entire chemistry chapters of organic chemistry will have to change with this. So what we're teaching right now in organic chemistry in school in 10th and 12th, entire things go for a change completely, because the energy that is required to break the bonds will become much more less. So much to learn from this. Another thing I want to take you across, and that is something which is really going to change our teaching habits, and that is spatial computing. Now, what is spatial computing? Sorry. It's the use of 3D space around you as a canvas of a user interface. Honestly, it is nothing but the merging of the digital with the physical environment. How do I give an example of this? Now, let me tell you, if everything in your classroom is connected digitally, for example, your table, your entire interactive board, everything is connected digitally around here with the Internet of Things. I'm sure you know what the Internet of Things is. So suppose a teacher is entering she's carrying the laptop and she's entering the class. Automatically the lights come on because they've realized the presence of the teacher. Once they realize the presence of the teacher, automatically the interactive board comes alive. And it goes back to the last lesson where she stopped in the previous lesson. Now, the class mic becomes operational suddenly. Now, the students, for example, if they have entered a sport, they have gone for a sports class and they're suddenly coming to school. They're coming to the class. Lights come on. As they're moving to the places, the tables and chairs, whatever was in the way of it starts moving out, giving them way for them to sit in the places. This is what spatial computing is going to come along. Another example I'll tell you. In the school, for example, the child is walking down the steps and the child falls down. And suddenly an alarm gets sounded in the nurse's room and she rushes up to the student. So this is the complete revolution coming in our industry, the STEM revolution coming very soon to us in our entire education factor very, very soon. And what's it going to use? It's going to be using VR headsets. It's going to be using augmented reality. It's going to be using mixed reality. And it's going to be using a lot of holographic displays. So this is a new thing which is coming across. And this is a kind of glass and wear that we're going to be wearing in school very soon in the future. So we are going to having special extended reality glasses for ourselves when we use spatial computing. And spatial computing will use the physical spaces to give and receive output. Now, let me give you a very simple example. How are we using in the classroom? Well, I mean, we all teach a different civilization to our students. Now, I want the students seated here in my class to actually go and see artifacts in the Egyptian museum. And I want them to see a real life experience of mummies and coffins and whatever the entire thing that was put around. So we connect with the Egyptian museum in Cairo, and they have to connect all the artifacts to spatial computing. Fine. Then afterwards, our students will also wear the headsets. They all have to wear those extended headsets, which will just keep on moving between AR and VR. We wear the headsets. The Cairo entire there also has connected with spatial. The museum curator will present everything to us. He can present it to our school. He can present it to Jaya's school. He can present it to Kavita Singh's school. He can present it to Sangeeta Puri's school, okay, at one time. And then all the students at multiple seated across, maybe in school or at home, they can highlight the objects and they can even examine the artifacts and they can even ask questions to the curators. So I can have maybe one student in Mumbai the other student in London, a third student in Africa, and all asking questions to the curator, and he's talking about entire Egyptian civilization. This is another STEM thing which is going to come across. So what kind of STEM skills would I require? I'm going to show you a video of this to help you understand what it could all be. Are you able to hear?
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
No, the video.
No, the sound is not there.
So I'll just have to reshare it. So I guess you realize that, I mean, so many new revolutions are coming in our industry, and spatial computing is going to impact us completely. It's going to really revolutionize education. So let me go back to my screen. I hope it's interesting for you. I mean, I'm really excited about spatial computing. So these are some of the STEM skills which are going to come across. And let me share something which we're going to do in school, in our school this year. We are going in for high STEAM, and the reason high STEAM we call it is a term coined in as history with STEM, because anything that you take across has a history. And how do you make history interesting to students? You make it interesting when they are connected to the STEM concepts. So this is our theme this time is space and beyond. And why space and beyond is because it's time that we realize that very soon our students are going to be traveling to different planets. And we've already seen Jeff Bezos, we are seeing Richard Branson taking the chances. So in another 4-5 years, that's the next thing across. So maybe in the primary, we started this first to 12th standard. In the primary, we're going to be going into simple pearls in the space to understand more about the Milky Way. In the second standard, we're going to go into more about the sun, understanding the type of the age of the sun and how sun comes around. So how do you know your sun, the age of the sun, then it becomes a supernova, then a black hole, so something like that. Then nakshatra, that means understand caboodle of stars. So you're coming across your constellations. Then galaxies, the scintillating galaxies. You study not only the Milky Way, but the different galaxies across. And then we have for the next class, the Space Odyssey, where you're going to be doing a lot of space adventure exploration. Then in next class is to the moon and the back, where you actually imagine a life on moon. For example, if you are on planet, if you're on the moon, what would your life be? Would you be walking around the way you are walking on Earth? Would you be talking to each other, communicating with each other the way you are? What would your food look like? What would your travel look like? What would your communication look like? What would your social life look like? So that's another way to build STEM skills. You give them topics beyond the textbooks and have them explore and come back to it. For the secondary, we are having exploration of life in space. So if I have to have somebody go in on Mars and explore your life, what is your life going to be like? The next one is Journey to Mars. Imagine that you have an interview with inhabitants of Mars. What would they speak about? How would they actually be living the life? So let them imagine that they are Martians and what would their life be like? Satellite and communication systems, so studying more about satellites and what is a satellite coming back and showing. And the last is, I think at the 10th standard is what I really, really enjoy is that discovering the beyond, a myth of facts, so debunking the movies. So we've taken 4 movies like Interstellar, we've taken The Martian, we've taken Gravity, and we've actually asked students to study the concepts in those subjects in the entire movie. We see the movie across and tell us what are facts and what is fiction in that. Analyze this, have a panel discussion, and debunk it. What is fact and what is fiction in this? And the entire ISC, we have them taking the constellation Brighten the Universe and it going in a much deeper way. So to build STEM skills, create events around STEM, and that is most important, where they're not going to get the answers in any Google. Their answers have to come by study a variety of topics and then presenting it themselves. So this is something that I'm going to be showing it to you because we're doing this in the month of August. And I would really love to invite you all to understand how things can be beyond the textbook. So these are certain resources which really help you to build the STEM skills. Scientix is one thing which I would really like you to all join in, because Scientix is completely free of cost. You have about hundreds and thousands of resources for you. You have projects. You can participate. You can have your students participate in Scientix as a community. And for STEM learners, this is one platform that connects you to the entire world. So I'm really thankful to all of you all for being a part of this. And I look forward to any kind of questions that you might have or any kind of discussions or something, because STEM is cannot be done within 30, 40 minutes. It's something which has to be consistent over a period of time. So I'm looking forward to your questions. Yes, Jay Park. Yeah, it is more of an attitude, yes. So I'm looking forward to really, come on and tell me how else can we build upon STEM skills. As I said, we have an entire event around STEM every year. The entire week is dedicated only for STEM events. And the learning happens for at least one and a half month that they're giving the topics and they're presenting and they're working on it. As a parent, how can I build STEM skills for my student? So I tell you, STEM starts in your kitchen. Just whatever you're doing in your kitchen, you ask the child, what is it and why is it happening the way it is? For example, even when you switch on your burners, which gas is coming out and why is this burner, how is this burner working? How is it when I need the dough, it becomes like this? So I think the kitchen is the best place to start STEM learning. So since you're not questioning, I'm going to ask you 2 or 3 questions right now. How many of you all can tell me which tile, what is the flooring around you? How many of you all know that? Come on, look around you and tell me your flooring. Granite, spartex, wooden. Okay, wooden. Okay. Marble. Okay. If you have tiles, then what type of tiles do you have? Okay. How many of you know the type of tiles available? Mosaic. Okay. How many of you know the type of tiles, the feasibility, all that? Granite. Vitrified what? So even tiles is nothing but your stem. What is a flooring and why you use a particular flooring in your house is also stem. So something like this is, like we have an entire curriculum from 1st to 7th standard on STEM. It's a separate curriculum completely. But look at this, there's one chapter completely devoted to flooring around you. Next time, ask your students to just look around the flooring, ask them to find out the chemical and physical properties of the flooring and why have they used that flooring. Also tell them to find out the cost of that flooring, the tiles, and how much expense was it, how expensive it was to put it in that house of theirs. So if it's marble, what are the varieties of marble available? If it's granite, then what type of granite? You have variety of things. Ask them to explore. And that across also will tell them how STEM impacts the basic design of their house.
Participants, if you have questions, please ask.
Yes, you can ask about its measurements too, Shweta, definitely.
I think Kavita ma'am, nobody has any question, and everybody will take time to absorb this because the session was full of insight, and for me especially, it was wonderful the way you brought laundry. The way you connected laundry with the STEM, and simple, beautiful ideas, and wonderful. In fact, I will take many things from you, and definitely going to implement in my school, and hopeful others participants also will do the same. One question is there, ma'am. Can you please conduct STEM classes for students throughout India? For you, Kavita, ma'am. So it was wonderful, very nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And actually, I very rightly commented that eye-opening session it was for all of us. Sun-powdered chemistry, spatial computing, wonderful things you have taken. Thank you very much, Kavita, ma'am. If I would have not attended, I would have missed many things. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot. And you were wonderful. And the learnings were amazing. And I'm really sure telling you that I will definitely implement these all things. And even I would like to thank Kusum Kanwar ma'am, the mentor, and Dr. Seema Negi ma'am, Dr. Jaya Parekh, the territory heads. And my special thanks to Dr. Swati Popat Vats, President of ECA and APER. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much, ma'am. And definitely we will invite you again for having this session.
Pleasure being here.
And I will invite you in my school, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.